Urban legends are often dismissed as mere folklore, but some terrifying tales have shockingly turned out to be true. From eerie coincidences to real-life horrors, 5 chilling urban legends that turned out to be real. 5. The Green Man, or Charlie No-Face. If you're from Western Pennsylvania, you probably know the story of Charlie No-Face, or the Green Man. Rumor has it he's a faceless figure who roams dark backroads and tunnels, appearing only at night. Some say he glows faintly, while others claim he'll even accept a ride if you're brave enough to stop. This one's actually true. Well, sort of. The legend is based on Raymond Robinson, who was disfigured in a 22,000-volt accident as a child, leaving him without a nose, eyes, or lips. He'd take nighttime walks along Route 351 to get some fresh air without all the usual stares, which led to his, let's just say, ghostly reputation. 4. The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. Do you like scary movies? Sorry, I just had to, but in all honesty, we've all seen some version of this on a screen somewhere. A young babysitter is alone, watching TV, when the phone rings. A stranger's voice on the line asks, "Have you checked on the children?" Terrified, she realizes the caller is inside the house. In 1950, 13-year-old Janet Christman was babysitting in Columbia, Missouri, when she was attacked. Police found evidence that she had tried to call for help, but she didn't survive. Just 4 years earlier, another Missouri woman, Mary Lou Jenkins, was also strangled while home alone, which also added to the legend's grim lore. Over time, these tragic incidents became the foundation of the babysitter in peril trope, and Hollywood hasn't rested since. 3. The Man in the White Van. The stranger danger talk is practically a childhood rite of passage, with one detail that sticks out: beware the white van. To this day, we regularly hear stories of shady figures in white vans that like to lure kids with candy. But this isn't just a tall tale to scare the kids. It has a horrific basis in reality. From 1970 to 1973, Texas had its own candy man in Dean Corll, a serial killer and child predator. Corll, who worked at his family's candy company, often offered sweets to local kids. He even drove a white van, and at least 2 of his victims were last seen getting inside. Parents warn their children about El Hombre del Saco, or the Sack Man, an old man who supposedly carries misbehaving children away in a large sack. Now, while every country in the world has its own version of the boogeyman, Spain's is based on real-life crime. In 1910, the infamous crime of Gaeta shook the nation when a young boy was found dead by the roadside, showing brutal head and abdominal injuries. The investigation led to Francisco Leona, a barber who confessed to kidnapping the boy by stuffing him into a sack. He'd been paid handsomely to harvest the boy's blood and organs as a cure for tuberculosis. Leona was sentenced to death by garrote, but died in prison before the execution could be carried out. 1. The Legend of Cropsey. Since we're on the subject of boogeymen, Staten Island kids grew up with the story of Cropsey, a crazed, escaped mental patient with a hook for a hand who supposedly lurked in the tunnels under Seaview Hospital, snatching up any child who wandered too far. Parents even used Cropsey to keep their children in line, warning them to stick to curfew or go to bed. In the 1980s, Andre Rand, a former janitor at Willowbrook State School, was convicted of kidnapping and linked to several missing children. One child's body was even found buried near Willowbrook, a place already infamous for abuse, overcrowding, and horrific conditions. Rand, Staten Island's very own Cropsey, is still in prison today. Truth is often stranger than fiction, and these urban legends prove it. Which one shocked you the most? Let us know, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more spine-tingling stories.